Welcome to the Hinterlands. This weekly show weaves together stories from the hinterlands of Nepal. As said, this takes you beyond the cities and highways into the heart of Nepal's survival landscapes. Nepal is more than a postcard of monuments and mountains. It's a country alive with stories, laughter, ideas, and everyday magic. Step beyond the busy cities and familiar highways, and you will find a different rhythm of life. One shaped by close-knit communities, open fields, shared dreams, and quiet determination. So, let us get on board this journey into Nepal's rural landscapes, where life is not about headlines, but about people. Here, challenges exist, yes, but so do creativity. I'm Rosina Rai, and you'll be leading you into this journey every week. When we talk about Nepal, we often picture mountains, temples, or busy cities. But today, let's take you somewhere different, somewhere warm, vibrant, and full of rhythm, to the far western plains of Nepal, to Kanchanpur. Kanchanpur is a living cultural crossroads. This is a place where traditions does not sit quietly in history books. They echo in magic and show up proudly in everyday life. And nothing captures this spirit better than the Bhuwa festival. Let us walk you through Bhuwa. Across the hills of Nepal's far western region, the Bhuwa festival or Bhuwa Parva is celebrated with great enthusiasm. The festival is a joyous reminder of the triumph of good over evil. The streets of Kailali and Kanchanpur, along with the bustling towns of Dhangari and Mahendranagar, come alive with the spirit of this age-old tradition. Falling on the lunar new moon day of the Nepali month of Pous, usually in December, the festival continues for nearly a week. The festivities unite communities in pride, joy, and shared cultural identity, while the elderly stress the cultural heritage, strengthens social bonds, promotes harmony within communities. The youths find it amusing to be a part of also.
त्यो एकता पनि हो कवाज खेलाइ हो यो आर्मीको कवाज खेलाइ भनेपछि अनुशासन पनि यानि हुनु एक्लै ओडो एक्लै बुढो झाल्न पाइएन भयो तब एकको एकताको लागि धर्मको लागि हाम्रो समाजको लागि ठूलो महत्त्व पुगेको छ यसले भाइचारा सद्भाव बढाउँदछ.
Originating from the mountainous districts of Bajura, Bajhang and Acham, the festival gradually spread to the Tarai plains, carried by families who migrated southward. Men donned white robes and turbans, wielding swords and shields as they performed the Bhuwa dance, energetically reenacting heroic battle scenes with devotion. The rhythmic beat of the Panche Baja, a set of 5 traditional musical instruments, accompany these mesmerizing performances. In every step, every beat, and every cheer, the spirit of courage and tradition is vividly alive. Cultural experts note that the Bhuwa tradition commemorates the timeless tale of bravery and rightness of the Pandavas over the Kauravas in the epic Mahabharata. Consequently, the festival is primarily observed in areas historically believed to have been visited or marked by the Pandavas. Local residents say such cultural festivities foster unity, collective participation, while both local and provincial governments continue to support initiatives that preserve and promote Nepal's indigenous traditions. Imagine living in your own country, yet feeling like you are on the edge of the world. That's the reality for the 45,000 residents of Dodhara, Chandani in far western Nepal, nestled precariously between 2 mighty rivers and bordered by India. These unique settlements, battles, devastating floods, soil erosion, and a chronic lack of basic services like health care, education, and clean drinking water. For the people here, survival is a year-round struggle against both nature and neglect. How does it feel living in a country but outside the boundaries? Ask the people of Dodhara Chandani municipality in far western Nepal, known as the longest iconic suspension bridge in Nepal, the Dodhara Chandani bridge. The place remains isolated and neglected due to limited state attention. Geographically isolated from the mainland, this area is situated at the far western edge of Nepal, bordering India, prone to flooding, inundation, erosion during monsoon season, and border encroachment. The Mahakali River is the sorrow for the people here.
लगाएको खेतीबाली पनि हैला लगिदिन्छ सबभन्दा ठुलो बन्दा बान्दिए त झन् खुसी नै हुन्थ्यौं.
Basic state rendered services, including healthcare, education, and clean drinking water, are luxury here. For long, leader remember the around 40,000 residents of the place during election making promises for the same thing almost every time. A permanent embankment along the Mahakali River has been their demand for long, but the issue is something that the country needs to make diplomatic effort with India to pursue. Strangled on three sides by the Mahakali and Jogbura rivers, the people here struggle to survive every monsoon. Hundreds of families have displaced owing to flooding and river erosion in the most remote and vulnerable settlements: Kutia Cover, Pila number 18 settlement, Sundarnagar, and Patarakhala. Local Mayor Kishore Limbu says the municipality alone cannot bear the financial burden, but both provincial and federal government must prioritize embankment construction. Palpa is taking a decisive stand for safer motherhood. In this hilly district of Nepal, a bold push called the Zero Home Childbirth is changing now how babies are born by ensuring every delivery happens in a health facility, with home births carrying serious risk due to the absence of skilled care and emergency support. Local governments and communities are stepping up together to make institutional delivery the new standard. The impact is already visible. 7 of Palpa's 10 local levels are now fully compliant, while the 3 remaining are racing to get there. In Nepal, continue to pose a serious risk, largely due to the absence of skilled birth attendants and limited access to emergency medical care. Health professionals strongly urge expectant mothers to deliver in health facilities where timely medical support can ensure the safety of both mother and newborn. This remains critical as a majority of maternal deaths in Nepal still occur at home. Against this backdrop, Palpa district in Nepal's hilly region has launched a Zero Home Childbirth campaign aiming to ensure that all deliveries take place under the supervision of trained medical professionals in health facilities. The initiative seeks to completely eliminate home childbirth and achieve full compliance with institutional delivery standards. Encouragingly, 7 out of Palpa's 10 local levels have already achieved 100% institutional childbirth status, while the remaining 3 are actively preparing to meet the required benchmark.
नेपालमै सम्भवतः होम डेलिभरी 0 भएको जिल्ला पाल्पा भएको छ. गत वर्षसम्म चाहिँ 14 टा होम डेलिभरी भएको थियो भने यो वर्ष हामीले 0 बनाउन सफल भएका छौं.
According to the district health office, the campaign has intensified efforts to discourage home birth and promote safe deliveries through health facilities. The program is being implemented in close coordination with health institutions, medical workers, female community health volunteers, and other key stakeholders across the district. These local efforts align with national progress in maternal health. A 2025 United Nations report shows that Nepal's maternal mortality ratio has declined by nearly 70% since 2000, with the current figure standing at 140 deaths per 100,000 live births, a significant achievement of the country. Building on this momentum, Palpa is now in the final stage of being declared the first fully institutional childbirth district in Lumbini province of the country within the current fiscal year. Alongside, the campaign authorities are also working to reduce early marriage and teenage pregnancy, key factors that, if addressed effectively, could accelerate Nepal's journey toward zero maternal mortality. In southern Nepal, part of a major migratory route connecting Central Asia and the Indian subcontinent, Conservationists are stepping up efforts to protect waterbirds amid growing threats from habitat loss and climate pressures. A waterbird census has been launched to track the health of both migratory and native bird populations. The count is focused along the Rapti River and surrounding wetlands. Critical stopover sites for birds traveling thousands of kilometers each year. Conservationists in Nepal have identified several emerging threats to migratory birds across the country's southern region. The migratory birds coming from countries such as Siberia, China, Myanmar, Mongolia, Russia, Korea and Thailand are threatened largely by humans. To better understand this crisis, Dang district in south has initiated its annual scientific census of waterbirds. Dang serves as an important wintering site for both native and migratory birds arriving from various regions, including the Arctic region. Species such as geese, gulls, and other water-dependent birds are commonly recorded during the winter season. The census aims to document the number of birds, species diversity, and habitat status in Nepal's rivers, lake, ponds, and wetland ecosystems, with a specific focus on Dang. Conducted under Bird Conservation Nepal, BCN, the survey is part of the country's nationwide annual Waterbird monitoring program.
कुन प्रजातिका चराहरू आउँछन् र कस्तो कस्तो चराको जोखिम के छ त्यो पहिचान गर्नका लागि हामीले यो जाडो सिजनमा आउने चराहरूको चाहिँ तथ्याङ्क सर्वे गर्दैछौँ.
The data collected is expected to inform national conservation planning and wetland management efforts. The 2024 Asian Waterbird Census, AWC in Nepal identified positive signs with more than 53 species recorded. However, migratory birds continue to face threats such as habitat loss, pollution, human disturbance, hunting, and climate change. Nepal is home to over 200 native bird species that depend on wetlands and water bodies, of which around 100 are migratory. And that commitment to conservation is already showing results elsewhere in Nepal. In Chitwan National Park, home to some of South Asia's most fragile ecosystems, the population of the endangered Gharial crocodile has increased by 366 individuals, found mainly along the Rapti River and Narayani River. This rise reflects decades of sustained protection, habitat restoration, and careful monitoring. Proof that when ecosystems are protected, nature can and does bounce back. The population of the rare and endangered Gharial crocodile is on the rise in Nepal's first national park, Chitwan National Park, particularly in the Rapti and the Narayani rivers. According to a monitoring and census conducted on 7th to 9th December 2025 by the Chitwan National Park Office, a total of 366 gharials were evidently seen in these two major rivers. The park's information officer reported that 231 gharials were spotted in the Rapti River and 135 in the Narayani River. This marks an increase of 14 individuals compared to last year's total of 352. The census also revealed a rise in the number of male gharials, with 9 males recorded in total, 7 in the Rapti and 2 in the Narayani, highlighting a positive trend in population. The increase in the Gharial population is attributed on ongoing conservation efforts. Since 1978 Bikram Sambat, the park has operated a dedicated Gharial breeding center in Kasara, Chitwan. The center collects eggs, raises hatchlings, and releases them into rivers across the country, including the Rapti and the Narayani, contributing directly to the species recovery and long-term conservation. Interestingly, during the census, a dolphin was also seen at the confluence of the two rivers, taken as an encouraging indicator of overall diversity. Chitwan National Park, a premier wildlife observation site, is also renowned for its Royal Bengal tigers, one-horned rhinos, and diverse area bird species. The park offers jungle safaris, bird watching, and observation towers, making it a prime destination for nature enthusiasts and conservationists alike, with its rich Tarai ecosystem as a backup. Finally, we turn to agriculture and trade. Nepal, the world's leading producer of large cardamom, is seeing renewed growth as prices rise. In Bhojpur, farmers are expanding operations after farm gate prices reached 25,000 rupees per kilogram. With nearly 68% of global supply, cardamom remains a key export, now offering stronger returns after years of price swings. Nepal is the global leader in the production of large cardamom, also known as black cardamom, contributing more than 50%, almost around 68% of the global sales. The country is a major exporter primarily to India, which re-exports the spice to international markets. Despite the challenges such as price volatility and plant diseases, the sector remains highly profitable and contributes significantly to Nepal's foreign exchange earnings. With the black cardamom continuing to command strong market price, farmers in Bhojpur district of Eastern Nepal have grown increasingly optimistic. Black cardamom cultivation is deeply rooted in the cultural heritage and economy of Eastern Nepal. Consistent price increase in recent years has encouraged more farmers to invest more in cardamom cultivation. Harvested cardamom is now commonly sold directly from farmers' doorstep, helping reduce transportation and marketing cost. Local farmers say rising prices and improved market demand have motivated them to return to cardamom farming and expand their orchards.
योभन्दा विगत अगाडि चाहिँ अब निकै निम्नमा थियो, अब भाउ पनि तल अनि मान्छेको उत्पादन पनि कमी नै थियो। अब यो निरन्तर भाउ लगभग 4 देखि चाहिँ अलिकति भाउ आइरहेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि मान्छेहरू कृषकहरू चाहिँ उत्साहित छन्।
In Bhojpur district, large cardamom is cultivated across approximately 597 hectares of land. Popular local varieties such as Ramsahi, Golsahi, Dumbarsahi, and Jirmali are widely grown in the area. Often referred as the black gold of the hills due to its high value, it has been an integral part of farmers in the region for more than 150 years. In the last few years, the price of cardamom has risen by almost 400%. Nepal primarily exports large cardamom to India, which serves as a major re-export hub to the Middle East, including the UAE, Qatar and Saudi Arabia, Europe such as Germany and Italy, as well as the United States, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Beyond the cities and the headlines, real life continues to unfold. Stories shaped by struggle, strengthened by resilience, and carried forward by hope. This is the Hinterland, and we'll be back next week with more stories from the heart of Nepal. Goodbye for now.